Welcome to Fanatic Farms.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Fanatic Farms video. The year is 1988. Transformers finished the previous year, 1987, and the toy line was in its fifth year, I believe. Yeah, 5 years. And by this point, they started pumping out gimmicks. Series 4 of the original G1 Transformers was pretty much just an advert to advertise more toys, the Headmasters and the Target Masters. And don't get me wrong, I love those gimmicks. I have a few Headmasters, I have a few Target Masters. They also brought out the Pretenders in that 1988, which I have a couple of them as well. But yeah, we got from, the Headmaster and the Target Masters, they were in the Series 4 cartoon, so we knew about them. But we also got the Powermasters, and that was a kind of an offshoot tech from the previous two. There was still a Nebulon or a human binary bonded to the Decepticon or Autobot. The first time we ever see this is in the Transformer Comics issue number 4. And the reason this tech came around was a scientist on Nebulus called Reissue was naffed off that the Autobots and Decepticons kept coming to Nebulon and fighting. He didn't want them on the planet anymore. Fortress Maximus and all that lot had left. Scorponok and that lot had left as well. The planet was at peace. So what he did is he poisoned the planet's fuel source, and he made it unusable for Cybertronians. But then two Decepticons, and give me a second because I always get their names mixed up. Darkwing and Dreadwind, they arrived and they made a deal with two other scientists, IQ's rival High Test, and I think he was a race car driver, Throttle. And they turned the Headmaster tech into the Powermaster tech, where they became engines. And then they bonded with the Decepticons, and this allowed them to use different fuel sources. So they would pretty much use the Nebulon as a battery. So the engine, human or Nebulon, they could consume like organic food and all that. Pretty much they were batteries. And if the Autobot or Decepticon was at full power already and attached to the engine to themselves, then it would give them like a boost in strength or speed. So yeah, and then the idea kind of morphed later on in life with the minicons in the Armada series. That kind of thing. When they attach and they get new abilities. Similar thing. But to counteract the fact that Dreadwing, I always get it wrong, Dreadwind and Darkwing have this ability to process fuel, Reissue also does the procedure on himself and becomes an engine for Optimus Prime. And the reason why Optimus Prime was on Nebulus in the first place was the Autobots had brought him there to have a new body built for him. So it just happened by chance that Prime was already there. Reissue binds himself with Optimus Prime, and then they kick Deadwind, Dreadwing's ass, kind of thing. So yeah, that was pretty much the origin of the Powermaster tech, and it wasn't that big in the toy line. Like with the Target Masters and the Headmasters, we got the initial runs, and then later on we got the smaller versions, but we still got a fair few of those figures. In the toy line, we only got, like I said, I'm going to get this right, Dreadwing, I got it wrong again, Dreadwind, Darkwing, Double Dealer, he had two engines. He had Nox and Scar, and Double Dealer is just a wicked character. He's a spy, terrorist, espionage. One side of him is Autobot, one side is Decepticon. It's wicked. Who else we got? Getaway with Rev. Joyride with Hotwire, and I have that one. I also have Getaway, but I don't have the engine. And Slapdash with Lube. And yeah, that was it. And Optimus Prime, like I said. So we didn't get that many figures. And I had Optimus Prime as a child, and mine is ruined. I'll bring it in a second. It is disgusting. I didn't look after it at all. I found it in the loft. But in 2003, we got the Gen 1 commemorative series reissue of Powermaster Prime, which is this thing here. And this, I remember seeing this when it first came out in a comic shop in Portsmouth. And the girlfriend at the time wouldn't let me buy it because she said it was a waste of money. And needless to say, we didn't last long. And I think it was like 2009, 2010. I finally managed to pick this. Yep, that one. Pick this up, and I freaking love it. But the difference between this and the original, which is this box, is this one comes with what they call Apex Armour. And for those that don't know, this one is a reissue of the God Genrai figure from the Japanese toy line, because they carried on the thing, and you had the whole. They were, what was it? Genrai was a human that turned into an engine that connected to a transdetector, which was a soulless body. Well, it looked like Optimus Prime, or wasn't Optimus Prime, and then he can control that. And then you had God Bomber, which was another trailer, which then could combine with Genrai to become God Genrai. That makes sense? Kind of. All right, but yeah, this is what this reissue is. This is God Genrai, but as Optimus Prime, when the armor is called Apex Armor. So yeah, I will bring out my Powermaster Prime first, and please don't hate me. This thing is in bad condition. Like I say, this is from my childhood. My dad got me this when I was a little kid, and it was secondhand then. So you know, this is it. This is my Powermaster Prime in its disgusting yellow, degraded color scheme. And also mine is broken, has been for years. The trailer can't connect to the truck, and the color it's meant to be, let's go that way, is that color, not the horrible, horrendous yellow that looks like it had been kept in a smoker's house for the last 40 years. But yeah, like I say, I didn't look after this thing. It's been in a loft, it's been exposed, it's knackered. So that's one of the reasons why I got the reissue. But as with original G1 Optimus Prime, we have truck and trailer. Oh god, the joints in this are so horrible. And mine doesn't stand properly, like I say, because the peg has broken off into the feet of Prime. But that is my Optimus Prime Powermaster one. And there we go. He looks kind of cool. He's a bit gangly compared to the original Optimus Prime. Doesn't really have any articulation. His arms can go up and down. That's pretty much it. And the heads can look down, kind of. Well, that's just through the transformation. And I will show on the other one, the legs can bend. One of the gimmicks of the Power Masters, though, is if you don't have the engine, which is this guy and mine. Yep, so look, it's gone. Get me out of the way. There we go. It's gone yellow. And then he transforms into, that's Haikyuu. Without that, you can't transform him because there is a peg in the engine bay there, and you have to hit that, which then allows the legs to bend. But the beautiful thing about the Powermaster series is, well, Powermaster Optimus Prime, is he can combine with the trailer. So what I will, oh Jesus Christ, I will put him in trailer mode, in combine mode, and then I will do a proper review of the other one. because this guy, it scares me. That's again yellow horrible plastic. Let's put him to one side and bring on the reissue. Which, oh god, look at the difference straight away. Beautiful colours. The silverish chrome on this thing. Oh, it's just gorgeous. Absolutely love this. So like I say, this is a reissue of the God Genrai figure, and it came, like I say, with Apex Bomber, God Bomber, which in the UK and America is Apex Bomber, and it is this thing. This weird amalgamation of parts and chrome and just random bits and bobs. But the cool thing is, you split the back of Prime's trailer. Take that out. He says you can attach Genrai, Apex Bomber through the back, and now Giant Convoy. It's just so cool, and I like the fact that the sticker line carries on through to Apex. I think it's just wicked, and I just love this figure. I think it's so cool. There's a lot of differences between Powermaster Prime and the reissue one, and apart from looking so cool in the colors and having that as well, the Apex, we put that to one side. Just one, the front of Prime here, die-cast metal. The other one was all plastic. Short stacks, smokestacks are shorter. High Q has now got chrome on it, and it looks a bit different. But yeah, so to transform him, same as the other one. Bend the legs down because the engine's in place. Fold the arms out. That down, and the head. And there we go. Just see, he looks so much nicer than my other one. And what I'd say about articulation, you can bend his legs like that. Sadly, the feet are stuck together through the peg hole in the bottom. So you don't have individual leg articulation, but it's freaking duty. And also, take IQ off the engine on Prime. It's all grey. And on this one, they've painted it, and then that's the actual grille, which is cool. So yeah, there's that. And then, as the same with G1 Optimus Prime, when his trailer unfolded, it had that kind of base mode thing. This one does as well. So you take off the guns, and then what you do is lift up the paneling, fold the sides back around, like so. Split the legs like that. So he's doing some weird splits. Fold the panels down, which fold out like that. Arms fold up like this. Back of the trailer folds down, that folds round. And then these guns sit into place here, like that. And then these ones go like that. And there we have his base mode, and it's meant to be like a repair bay kind of thing. And then what you do is you put Optimus Prime standing in there. And what's really cool is High Q, which is that one. You just kind of bend his legs. Where you go, like that. And you can take one of the guns, and they've got a little, see that peg in the seat? And Reissue can sit like that on the gun turret. So yeah, that's, there we go, him in base mode. So freaking epic. And another difference between this one and Powermaster Prime is the arms. And I'll show that in a second when I combine this into his giant mode, where he combines with the trailer, which I always loved. Like I say, this was my first Prime I ever got as a kid, so this was like, I didn't have the original G1 Prime for a very long time. So yeah, to turn him into his combined mode, which I've already shown you briefly, plug Reissue back into Prime's chest, into his back, fold the arms up, head down, like so, and then turn him into a cube like that. And to be honest, he is just a big static statue that he has no articulation whatsoever. But he just looks freaking cool. And when I was saying about the differences on this one to the original, the Japanese version and the reissue, they have fold out hands, where this one, he just has sculpted red hands. They don't move, they're just permanently out. So that's kind of, I like that. It hides the robot mode more in vehicle mode, if that makes sense. And there you go. That is, again, Powermaster Prime in all his silver chrome glory. And then that's him next to the ugly yellow ruined 1988 toy to the 2003 one. You know, I generally didn't look after this guy, and I'm sorry. But this guy, he's just so, look at it. He just, it's so cool. And the fact as well, blue plastic windows instead of stickers like this one, epic. So yeah, that is the Prime. And then you have Apex Armour. And this, according to Arspector Prime, was an upgraded version of Roller, because since he got the new body, he didn't need Roller. Roller wasn't destroyed, so they upgraded him into this. And so he's still a drone. He's not a sentient robot, but this is just the ultimate description of parts former. The only way to transform him is you've got to take it all apart. The difference between this one as well and the Japanese version, it's all on the gun. This, the God Cannon, it's called in Japan. They've taken the scope off, and the bullet is a lot longer in the American and European release. And it is spring-loaded. But yeah, in the Japanese one, I think it sits like flush in the barrel instead of being really far out. But you take off the wings, and I believe they're God wings. Take off the front chrome, which it's either God breast or God chest. And in the Japanese show, the 3 kids that are in that Master Force, or I don't know, whatever cartoon it is, they would sit in this and pilot it. And then take off the God fists, God back, or whatever that is. And then you're left with this piece. You separate them, fold it out, fold out the back like that, and oh, lo and behold, you have legs. This is fold out his head, so he does actually have a head. And attach it to the back very loosely, and because it's chrome I get scared, but that is all that holds it in place, is that little peg like that. So yeah, you peg the legs in. The arms got peg holes. Well, I'm missing the wings first. So the wings plug in like so and like so. Then the fists go on. And I don't know if he's meant to hold the cannon, but I just stick it up there. And there you go. That's God Bomber in his robot mode. And it literally just, like I say, fall apart, put it together like Lego. Parts former. And height comparison, you know, he's pretty much the same size as Prime. Oh, sorry, microphone. But the beautiful thing is, these combine. So what you do, take off Prime's weapons, pull up his bit at the back there, fold up the hands, and then again, dismantle this guy. So, dismantle him all. Fold the legs up, and they have little pegs here and grooves and stuff like that. And I find this very good, like, design and engineering, because I'm assuming, and I could be wrong, that they didn't think about turning Prime into having a third mode when they made the toy originally. So they've had to design the toy to match with this. But what you do is you attach the legs to the bottom, which make him even taller. So now he's got big old high heel boots on. The cannons plug into peg holes on the side of the feet. He says, "Come here, you." Like so and like so. The head and chest piece now becomes Prime's back, and we've got peg holes here and here. And they plug in, but mine don't plug in very well. There's a big gap, but I'm not going to force it. And then that just kind of folds down. That, to me, I get annoyed with that. I don't like that. I don't know. Well, no, because that won't work either. But yeah, so that one does annoy me a little bit, that you've just got the gun willy-nilly sitting there. The arms, make sure you've got the sticker side out, plug in where the gun's originally plugged in, just extending his hands down just a wee bit. Not by much, but a little bit. And then God Wings, they plug into the back like that. So apparently he's got some flight capability. He now holds his cannons. And then the chrome chest literally slots onto the front, and then the hitch, just tuck that back like that. And then the God Cannon finally just sits there like that. And there we go. That is Powermaster Prime with his Apex armor. And just look at the shiny chrome on this thing. He is beautiful. Granted, he is now a statue. The only articulation you get is the arms. That is it. And then they can do some like gangster pose, I think. But yeah. Great. It's just so cool. And again, like I say, I love this as a kid. I didn't have like city formers like Metroplex and that as a child. I had a few Scramble City bots, but I never had a complete one, so I had to mismatch everything. But this thing, it's just freaking awesome. And then he was always like my biggest Transformer as a child, until like I think he was. But yeah, once you compare him, the original with the upgrade version, there is a massive height difference. But yeah, he's just freaking awesome. Yeah, his tech specs read, "Freedom is the right of all sentient beings." And I'm assuming, because I'm reading the tech specs for this one, it carries over, if you know what I mean. Optimus Prime is the strong, wise, and compassionate leader of the Autobots. Dedicated to protecting all life, he fights to defeat the Decepticons, firmly believing in the ultimate righteousness of his mission. So he will willingly sacrifice himself to save the lives of others. Carries a blaster rifle as well as the Autobot matrix of leadership, an honor bestowed millions of years before his journey to Earth. A seasoned veteran and scholar, Optimus Prime is represented throughout the universe as a champion of peace. That sounds like the description for his G1 version, so I don't know, maybe I looked at the wrong thing, but yeah, that sounds more like his G1 Optimus Prime description rather than Powermaster Prime. God, this thing is ugly. Let's just move that out of the way. Let's just get rid of you. There we go. Okay, so strength 10, intelligence 10, speed 10, endurance 10, rank 10, courage 10, firepower 10, skill 10. Like I said, 10s across the board. And before I go, there is a cool little thing about this, the Powermaster Prime though, which then carries on to the Action Master Transformer toy line and in the comics. I can't remember what comic it is. It might be Regeneration. It might be the end of the first gen comics. But we know Optimus Prime dies. And eventually, because Q is binary bonded to Prime, like he does, he starts taking on Prime's essence and stuff like that. And he eventually believes so much about Prime still alive and can feel him inside himself. He ends up becoming Action Master Optimus Prime, Q. They kind of merge to become one being, which is weird. But yeah, that's how Action Master Optimus Prime came about, was the fact that Q went through this transformation, changed, whatever, to become Optimus Prime, but as a Action Master. So yeah, weird. But that's for another video someday. But yeah, like I say, guys, this is a bad review and a long-ass review of Optimus Prime Powermaster. So I will leave it here, and I will say see you later, and hope to see you soon. Bye.